Welcome to Alro Steel's tube laser training video. Get your pencils ready because we have a lot to cover and only a short time to do it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Alro Steel Corporation is committed to offering our customers the lowest cost strategy possible. Tube laser processing is a value-added process that will reduce customer costs if used appropriately. The key to using the tube laser to our customers' benefit is to understand the cutting process. The most important part is the normal to surface cutting process, also referred to as 90-degree to surface. From here on out, we will only be referring to the term normal to surface to avoid confusion, but make a note to remember that 90 degrees to surface and normal to surface are the same. The tube laser can quickly process many different types of material like tubing, pipe, angle, and others. The cuts are made through a series of movements that interpret the parts with precision. The secret to the tube laser's speed and efficiency is in the normal to surface cutting process. The normal to surface cutting process greatly reduces the cost to the customer, and it's important to understand its nuances, which we will cover in greater detail in the second half of this video. Let's talk about customer prints. Each customer print will be different, but we have some guidelines on quoting normal to surface processing. Rule number 1. You need to understand that the majority, if not all, of your customers' prints will be designed to fit the machining process. The machining process is different than the normal to surface process in the tube laser. Take a look at these two pieces. On the normal to surface piece, there is a large difference between the inside portion of the cut. When examined closely, you can see the curved surface on the inside edge, which is highlighted below. Number 2. Never assume that your customer's prints are applicable to the normal to surface cutting process. If the customer is not made aware of the difference between a machined part and a normal to surface cut part, this could lead to costly rejections and customer failures. Rule number 3. Request confirmation from the customer to determine whether or not the normal to surface cutting process meets QC specs. If not, and your customer is requesting the machined profile, a follow-up visit by a territory manager is recommended. Now that we've covered the quote process, let's quickly go through the details of the cutting process. The tube laser is a very beneficial tool when used in the proper setting. However, the tube laser's benefits cannot extend to every single type of cut. For instance, using the tube laser to cut pieces that require true to surface processing can be counterproductive and costly in most cases. Take for example this video. On the left is true to surface processing, and on the right is normal to surface processing. These parts are identical, yet the part on the left takes over 3 times as long. Other cuts such as true miters and round pieces with cuts greater than 45 degrees are impossible to cut on this machine.
Before we leave, let's quickly go through 3 major highlights of your training. Make sure to take note of these. Number 1. Normal to surface equals 90 degrees to surface. Remember? This simply means that the cutting head is positioned at 90 degrees from the surface of the material at all times. Here's a huge point. Number 2, the normal to surface cutting process is the most cost-effective method, which means it's so important that you understand the differences and the strengths between the other cutting methods. Number 3 is a warning to anyone quoting using the tube laser. Remember that almost all of your customers' prints are engineered based on machining principles, not the tube laser cutting process. It is important that you fully understand the difference and that you never assume that the customer understands before first communicating the differences with them.
We hope that this video has helped you understand more clearly how to utilize a tube laser to deliver the lowest cost strategy possible for our customers. Further explanations of the normal to surface process versus machined and true to surface processing can be found at this link.